What's up, guys? It's Anthony from AB Fitness Center here with another great episode today. Today, we're going to talk about how to get results without the gym. If you're listening to this after the fact, I do these live on Facebook, so make sure that you friend me on Facebook. It's Anthony Bevilacqua, and you can watch these live. You can ask questions. So we're here. So today, we're going to talk about how to get results without the gym. So most people associate, getting in good shape with going to the gym. And I'm going to explain to you guys how our clients have been able to successfully still manage to get results, still put into work, and still manage to come out of this quarantine better than the way they were before. So let's dive into it. So let me grab my props. All right. So this is body fat. This is what we're trying to lose, right? This is that nasty stuff that you grab on your stomach. This is what we're trying to lose, right? This is 1 pound of fat. So this is 1 pound of muscle we got right here, right? So muscle is active tissue in your body. Muscle helps you move, and muscle helps to raise your metabolic rate. So the more muscle you have, the faster your metabolism is going to be. So with that said, if you don't have access to weights, right, how are you going to build muscle? So you build muscle a couple of different ways. So muscle, like I said, is active tissue, but your body doesn't want to make muscle. Okay? And this is not a nutrition talk tonight, so we're not talking nutrition. We're just talking strictly muscle and gym-related stuff today. So if this tissue right here is the key to burning this tissue, right, what do we need to do to maintain and build this tissue during this quarantine in order to maintain this, right? How do we do that without the gym, right? So typically, what we normally tell everybody is, hey, you have to do something called progressive overload. You have to make sure that you're overloading the muscle. So, hey Karen, how you doing? So if you see right there, that's Karen's before and after picture. Look at that. That's Karen. Hopefully you're doing well, Karen. But anyway, so muscle, right? So normally we tell people, okay, so typically how you gain muscle is you need to give your body a reason to build this tissue. Why? Because this tissue is active tissue in your body. Like I said, it helps you move. It helps to raise your metabolic rate or the amount of calories that your body needs. So in order to build this tissue, there has to be a demand for it. So let's say, for example, you do a squat and you're squatting, 10 pounds, okay? So your body says, okay, I need to be able to maintain all the amount of tissue that I need to be able to do that squat again. So the next time you'd come to the gym, you would do like 15 or 20 pounds. And then your body's gonna say, wait a minute, I need to put on more of this tissue so I can go and do that again, right? So what happens is, there's the demand for it. So your body says, okay, Karen's doing 20 pounds today, so I need to put more of this tissue on so she could do that again. And then the next time she comes in, she does 30 pounds and 40 pounds and so on and so forth until she's built a significant amount of muscle. So that's typically how you gain muscle. But the cool thing is your body is amazing at what it does. It really is. It's amazing. But there's a lot of different ways to progress. So let's look at some of the best, and again, I wish I had access to like a computer in front of you here so I could flash some images on the screen. But let's look at some of the best athletes in the world who do not use the gym. They don't typically go to the gym. And that is gymnasts. So gymnasts, again, I wish I could flash a picture. Gymnasts have one of the best physiques out there. They're very muscular. They're very lean. They carry a lot of muscle tissue. Again, you don't have to be muscular or whatever, but they carry a lot of muscle tissue. So they don't go to the gym. They don't get that muscle tissue from going to the gym. So how are they building so much muscle? Now, during this quarantine time, all gyms are closed. So you don't have access to using free weights. You don't have access to using, weights, barbells, dumbbells, things like that. So how on earth are you going to be able to maintain this physique? So let's talk about gymnasts. How do gymnasts do it? What do? Well, they push their body through space several thousand times in a session, right? So that means that the stimulus that we give our bodies to build muscle can be a lot. So progressive overload means you have to have a demand on this tissue in order for it to grow and to maintain and to build. So you can progress a lot of different ways. You can progress with more weight on the bar. That's a typical one. You could progress with more volume, okay? More sets, more reps. You can progress with better form. All those are typical ways of progression. So let's say you did 100 pounds on squats today. Next time you come in, you do 100 pounds again, but your form was a lot better. You've progressed. okay? Or, maybe you'll do, instead of doing 5 reps with 100 pounds, whatever, let's just say you normally would do 6 pounds. So, that being said, talking about gymnasts have a phenomenal body. What are they doing? Reps, 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 over and over again. They're moving their body through space for hours on end. So their volume is significantly higher, right? So I got a calculator here, so we'll do some simple math, right? So let's say that you typically go to the gym and you do 100 pounds on squats. So you do it for 5 reps, okay? And you typically do that twice, okay? So that means that you've lifted 1,000 pounds, okay? Typical, your volume in that session was 1,000 pounds. Let's say at home, you have 10 pounds, okay? I'm just throwing numbers out there. I don't even know if this is gonna work right, but let's say you have 10 pounds and you do 30 reps, okay, at home. And let's say you do that 5 times. That's 1,500 reps, okay? So that means that you move 1,500 pounds. So technically, you moved more volume even though it was less weight. So this is how our clients have been able to get better results, because we're utilizing whatever they have in their house and we're progressing them forward with volume. Okay, so this is what I mean. So you don't necessarily need heavy weight to build muscle, okay? But you need muscle to burn body fat. So you have to understand that there's a lot of different ways to progress. So just reiterating what I said, you can progress with other things that you have around you just by doing more sets, more volume, okay? Increasing the frequency that you're doing a movement. So let's say, again, you only have access to 10-pound dumbbells. So if you typically, did bench press once a week, if you did bench press 2 or 3 times a week, you've increased your volume, okay? So you've progressed that way. So there's a lot of different, think about it. A lot of people, like I said, a lot of people associate weight on the bar with the amount of muscle that they're going to build. But the fact of the matter is, if we just had to keep getting stronger, we'd all be walking around squatting 1,000 pounds. And that doesn't work like that. You have a natural limit to what you can accomplish. So you have to make sure that you understand there's other ways to progress, okay? So there's other ways, like I said. So those are the main drivers for doing it. And that's why I said everyone who stayed with us during this time has gotten phenomenal results, because we've changed that tempo. We understand what we have to do, and we've gone and went and showed them how to progress in other ways. So don't sit here and think that you need to just put weight on the bar. I need to go to the gym in order to get results, because simple fact of the matter, you don't. And like I said, think of gymnasts. Gymnasts have one of the best bodies. They're long, they're lean, they're toned. And how do they do that? Reps, 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 and reps. So that's what you really got to be focusing on, more volume. It's not don't look to order more weights online, okay? Look just to be doing things better. So focus on, during this time in the quarantine, focus on getting your form better, because that's one way to progress, to build some muscle, okay? Do more reps, double, triple, do a lot more reps than you're typically doing. So normally if you're squatting sets of 10, do 30, okay? That's a great number. It'll change up the stimulus for your body and you'll still progress. Like I said, utilizing the calculator, if you did 100 pounds for 5 reps and you did that for 2 sets, that's 1,000. That's 1,000 pounds you moved in that workout. If you did 10 pounds at home and you did that for 30 reps and you did that for 5 sets, you would have moved 1,500 pounds. So you did more volume. So the weight on the bar is irrelevant. And we've been telling people this for years. The weight on the bar is irrelevant. Our goal is not to get you to squat 900 pounds. That's not the goal. The goal is for you to be able to build and maintain more muscle so you could speed up your metabolism so you can burn more body fat. Okay? So hopefully that makes sense. And guys, if you don't, no one has access to a gym right now, right? If you don't have equipment in your house or you don't have a ton of stuff, don't go out and waste a ton of money on buying all this ridiculous equipment that you're not going to use after all this is done, okay? Focus on those ways to progress, because those ways to progress are also ways to progress. And they're a little bit harder because, doing 30 reps versus doing 5 reps is a big difference, okay? There's a huge difference there. But as long as your overall volume is the same or more, you're going to improve. So look at it that way. And again, this is where people but don't the higher reps burn, when I do higher reps, it gives me more cuts. That's not necessarily true. So if you did more reps, you did more volume, like using my example before, you're going to build and maintain more of this tissue. And this tissue right here is gold. This is our currency. This is what we're looking to build. The more muscle you have, the faster your metabolism is, the more is this disgusting stuff that you're going to burn. All right, guys, short one today. I hope that this made sense to you, but please don't waste any money on buying a ton of equipment online. Just work smarter, not harder. All right, I'll catch you guys on the next one.